Hello everyone, and now welcome to game 2 in this series between Tara and Happy here on Abyssal City. Apparently game speed, yes, it does appear that the game speed is correct. Then again, how would I know? I'm watching it in fastest anyways, so I cannot really comment on this. Anyways, let's take a look at the map. This is Abyssal City, a map that I have cast a few games on. It's really not that particularly popular, but we'll see what strategies will be employed here as we have Tara spawning as the green Protoss player over here at the 3 or 4 o'clock position, Happy spawning as the red Terran, and Tara really opening up with a very strong, just a bunker busting opening. You saw the bunkers, you saw the guardian shield, you saw the force fields and the immortals, and very difficult to actually slow down slow down a Protoss player who does execute that strategy so effectively and so well. It was really Happy who was forced to waste the scanner sweep to figure out that his opponent was in fact going for essentially a one base all in, and then trying to hold it off. SCVs being pulled over and then being idle for quite some time, unable to train up the necessary follow-up Marines, and the bunkers being able to deal, the bunkers just being busted by those immortals, added in with those sentries, making sure that those SCVs could not repair, was just too much to handle. Now, SCVs are making their way out across the map, or excuse me, an SCV, Space Construction Vehicle, making their way out across the map. I'm going to hold the Zelnaga. Nope, deciding not to hold the Zelnaga tower, as we are now looking at what Tara is doing. Tara now setting up a 17 Nexus, and that is a very fast economic opening. Let's see what the counterplay is going to be. You can see the gateway finally coming into play here, as Happy, now spotting that very fast 17 Nexus, will most likely be going for a 1 Rax of his own. Happy also sending out a Marine across the map. I don't know how much damage it will be able to deal, as this probe is getting shooed away. Now, most likely we should be seeing a chrono boost coming off on the gateway in order to speed train up those zealots. Meanwhile, the probe is going to be heading down, chasing back this SCV, wandering about once more. So far, 1 SCV, 1 Marine, 2 Marines going to be coming in. We could see an establishing a bunker here in just a second, and this could potentially be dangerous. This bunker will take a little bit of time to build, 40 seconds to build. Probes now being brought over, and will the Marine perhaps be able to hide behind this? That is the question. The probes gonna just circle around that one poor Marine. The Marine is already trying to back off, as this SCV is taking a bit of damage. What is happening here? That SCV is in the backside. It is gonna get taken down. There it goes. 2 Marines, however, next to each other, should be able to get some damage off. 1 probe looks like it will get taken down. There it goes. And more probes, 2 probes now getting taken down. Is this going to be enough? Is there going to be a follow-up play, as the Marines are now forced to deal with a Zealot? That is not going to be good at all. The probes are now just pushing their way in. However, the probes have surrounded those Marines, not allowing that Zealot to get in with a higher DPS. Cancellation of that bunker. A little bit of a loss for, I would say, Happy at this point, but he did take down 2 workers, which was very important. 2 workers down. Tara sitting at 30 over 36. You now see a 3rd command center being established, and this is potentially game-changing. Happy setting up a 3rd commander center will be able to saturate his bases extremely quickly, and then be able to perhaps take up a 3rd base even more quickly, either down here or even try to land it here. If he does land it here, I wouldn't be surprised if he upgrades that to a planetary fortress, but then that means he will not have the mules early on in the game. Happy sitting at 29 over 38. Tara sitting at 36 over 36. Warp Gate Tech now being added as well, as we are seeing Tara perhaps starting to transition into the mid-game. Mid-game strategy, we'll see if what of the 3 Protoss tech routes he does try to go down. Will he go down that robotics facility, the Twilight Council, or that Stargate? Stargate play has not been very popular against Terran players in quite some time. But I do believe that will change once we have Heart of the Swarm. Double bunkers now being established by Happy, as we are going to see Happy upgrade this to an orbital command in just a moment. No, not quite yet. All right, so we do see the Marines now pushing back against that Stalker, and Happy, having finished this command center, just utilizing it as a supply depot, finally getting up some more units. Marines now making their way down. Perhaps we'll be able to catch that Stalker. No, the Stalker does have superior range and also faster movement speed, able to kite many of those units, as the Stalker was actually stuck here, not quite sure what it was going to be able to do, as the Marines now hold the Zelnaga Tower. Alright, so the Marines are holding the Zelnaga Tower. They do not have sight on the other Zelnaga Tower there, as one Marine now making a round and looking to perhaps scout out this third base. Orbital Command should be training up more SCVs, being able to call down more mules as well. We are seeing the establishment of a third gas, and now taking of that engineering bay. Marines trying to take down the Stalkers. Is it going to work? There is a Marauder now in that group. No concussive shell. But still, those units will be backing off. One Marine on patrol, sitting at this third base here. Now, Immortals are being added. I don't see any observers. We are going into 1-1 upgrades, and those Immortals should be extremely effective. Now, Happy is counteracting this with 1-0 upgrades of his own, but that still means that his units will be falling faster just because of the additional 1 armor upgrades from Tara. Tara sitting at 71 over 76, Happy sitting at 59 over 73, and Tara just seems to be doing everything right, knowing exactly how to counter his opponent. Happy is in a situation, he does have a very strong economy, sitting at 43 SCVs, and he is not training, or he is training at 3 SCVs at a time, which is exactly what he needs, but he is also going into a very, very heavy bio play. Happy's problem is that if he goes into a lot of Vikings to counteract those Colossi, he's not going to have medevacs. And if he goes a lot of medevacs, he's not going to have the necessary Vikings. So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't sort of situation until a second starport is added. We are also seeing an armory being added, which does raise a little bit of a flag for me. Perhaps getting an additional 2-2 upgrades rather quickly, and perhaps even level 1 weapons upgrade sooner on the air. If he's able to get Vikings with weapons upgrade, he should be able to focus down those Colossi, even if they have Guardian Shield and additional armor upgrades that we see are being researched. Blink now being added. Tara just in such a dominant meta control of this game, as a probe trying to warp in a nexus, not going to work, and the probe does get taken down. The Marine happy to be there, but this is his cue to leave. He should be trying to get away right now. Nope, the rest of the Protoss army does arrive, and he just runs away. 3 bases to 3, or it will be. Tara now scouting out the additional expansion here, and this is a bit of a concern for Tara. Tara does not want to be this far behind in terms of the game. We can see perhaps the factory could land here and actually train up some Hellions. If it was able to do that, it would be able to catch some of these units in transit, as a probe now gets taken down, and a pylon gets taken down as well. 150 resources quickly lost, as the factory now quickly trying to fly over. Tara says GG, as a drop now comes into the main base. Beautifully done. A pressure into the main, pressure into the natural, or the third base. And how many workers were killed there? How did I miss so much of that? Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, apparently I didn't miss too much of it. That drop just happened. Double medevac drop coming in here. You can see that the main force was trying to make their way down, and Tara just quickly GG'd, realizing he can't really do much of that. So a nice 2-prong attack. Medevacs making their way in, cleaning up the main base. Tara losing already 16 workers, and this Nexus most likely would have fallen as well. It would have been 3 bases to essentially 1 effectively mining base, oversaturated already at this point. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed Game 2.